Hello, everybody. I am here today achieving my goal to go live every day possible. Um, I could say it is a little hard sometimes going live. Um, Even though I guess it's kind of simple. Like I'm not doing any like pre-production, pre-writing for this, but like it does still feel like you gotta talk yourself up. So I have to talk myself up to actually get on and do the live. So, especially like when I'm not feeling too perfect, like I have environmental illness, so sometimes it's just like my airwaves seem like they're not gathering enough air flow. So when I feel like it makes me feel drained or fatigued. So I feel like that was my challenge today was like dealing with feeling fatigue. So now that I'm on, let's see. I'll make a video to share on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. I am on my YouTube live right now, and I am hoping that you join me, start a conversation. I might do 30 minutes today because I don't have a lot of energy, unfortunately. So I am going to share this live. Just copying in the link right now, and then I will discuss something. I know I said I was going to pre-plan today. I didn't do a lot of pre-planning. I was doing a bunch of other stuff, but I am on live, and that's the goal. So the goal is to get on live every day on YouTube, and also to build up 1,000 subscribers, hopefully. I really hope it works out. So, hi, Facebook. I am on my YouTube live right now, and I am hoping that you join me, start a conversation. I might do 30 minutes today because I don't have a lot of energy, unfortunately. So I am going to share this live. Just copying in the link right now, and then I will discuss something. I know I said I was going to pre-plan today. I didn't do a lot of pre-planning. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. But I am on live, and that's the goal. So the goal is to get on live every day on YouTube, and also to build up 1,000 subscribers, hopefully. I really hope it works out. So. Mission to build 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Uploading this video right now, and I'm looking down a lot, but here's my phone. I'm uploading to Facebook. So I currently have goals to learn more about AI and creating content through AI. That's one of my goals. definitely a long-term goal and a short-term goal because I am currently working on those things. I have gotten like some programming certifications. Um, I'm going to be trying to work more on what is that called? Python and open source because those things cost less. I've been using expensive programming equipment and I'm just like, okay, I need to figure out how to make this cost efficient so that I am learning programming the correct way, the way that other people do, the way that people on the other side of those programs, expensive programs, have learned the proper way of programming and coding and AI. So really I don't know if it's once I learn or while I'm learning those things, I want to do content creation and implement AI and implement animation maybe. I'm thinking going like an AI animation route. Of course, a lot of the newer artificial intelligence, but the newer um, graphics when they're using AI are a lot better than old graphics. And of course, that's what the graphic world works on, always making things better. So I definitely am looking more into that, like making graphics through like generative AI, where it's generative graphics that are very more realistic, more better. I don't know if it's more better, but you know, um, I think that would be really good to achieve. So I'm definitely hoping that I really, get there. Um, what else? Since today I'm just sitting here talking, I don't know how I'm gonna be doing my lives. I might just run lives and not engage a whole lot just so that I can slowly build. Or I might work on public speaking through video. Get used to being on video. I think that's a goal too. Get used to being on video, get used to speaking for video. Um, I feel like I used to be better at this for sure. Because now I'm kind of like slow. Not I don't know. I'm a lot slower than I was. So I used to like speak and act more on video, and then I spent a lot of time dealing with my illness that I have, and I just feel like I just need to reintroduce myself to tools. I don't know if this is freezing up. I think it is. So my computer's kind of hot right now, so I might not stay on as long. Okay. I might do, I guess I'll see how much this computer can hold up. So I'm using an older computer. I might have to switch to the newer computer. Well, I mean, I have another computer, so I might have to switch to that for future videos. I have a fan. I'm gonna see if this helps. It's probably loud. See if this helps the computer cool down. Is that loud or what? I think it's loud on the computer. Okay. But yeah, so this, I'm using a 2025, I think, a 2025 computer. And the fan is blowing right now. I started doing that last week or something, I think. So I might have to switch to my newer computer, which is newer. So this video might have a lot of loud noise, and then I see that it's freezing up. It's freezing up from what I can tell. But it looks like it's testing it. It's a little slow, like it's a little dragging. But for the most part, it's as tired as I am. Oh, yeah. It is pretty warm in here, so I know I am a cold person, so I like the room to be warm. And I know since it's summertime, or is it summertime? It's summertime soon. It's on the borderline of summer. It's probably warmer to the devices than if it was wintertime at this temperature. Because usually, like I keep the thermostat at the same temperature all year, but in the summertime, it's going to feel warmer than if it was in the wintertime, because the natural weather is cold. So like the apartment keeps re-warming itself or whatever. So I feel like this little laptop here, probably gonna have to get a new one. It's definitely taking its time. But I feel like the little fan, this is crazy. So this fan here, I actually won this in a bingo game. We do community bingo, and then like they have prizes or whatever, like just stuff that you can get from like the dollar store or whatever. So I won this from playing bingo. What was I just talking about? It's a slow day for me for sure. I have a genetic Gulf-4 illness, and so that definitely takes a toll on me. Like it's like it causes environmental illness. So like things in the air can trigger my symptoms, and then it makes me feel like fatigue or like other neurological symptoms like motion sickness or dizziness or light sensitivity, or just like congestion in here. So I'm dealing with those some symptoms right now. I notice when I move, I feel like I should like put some hair in front of my face. I have my scars from the fires. The Eaton fires. I wasn't in the fire, but I'm allergic to the smoke and stuff, and it caused my skin to burn up, even though I wasn't. It was like 5 miles from it, but I still got burnt up. So that's that. I can talk about a book that I was reading, Beware of the Wild by Natalie C. Parker. This was a really good book. Um, I think it's something I would have enjoyed when I was in middle school. It's about some teenagers who live in Louisiana. And they have a stepdad. They're the stepdad and their stepmom. And the siblings are really close because their dad, well, I don't know if it was because of their dad, but like they had a bonding over their real dad, like he was abusive or whatever. So like they bonded through pain. Um, so they live near a Louisiana swamp that is magical. And then the swamp basically took one of the siblings, and then the other sibling went to go rescue the sibling. And there's so much more that happens in this book. Like there's a one of the ghost girls comes out of the swamp and takes the sibling's place. And then the only one who remembers the brother is the sibling because of their bond. And like the parents forgot, this whole town forgets every time the swamp takes a person from the town forgets that person existed. And if the swamp puts out a person, one of the ghost people from the swamp, the community takes in that person as the person who was replaced. So her brother, her sibling, I'm saying now I'm giving away the characters kind of, but okay, so the girl's brother went into the swamp and the swamp put out a different person who was a girl, and she took the brother's place, and everyone accepted her as if she was that brother. Like all his memories became her. So if he was dancing at prom, it was her dancing at prom. And that's how the whole community remembered it. Like, oh, it's like she just been there this whole time, but really she wasn't there. So it goes into where this girl actually came from, how she ended up in the swamp, and how they could get the brother out. It was a pretty good story because at first it makes it you empathize with the sister who hates this girl who came out of the swamp because she's the only one who remembers her brother. And then you start to learn that the person who came out of the swamp also has a real story. So you're learning everything based on the sister whose brother got pulled into the swamp. So what she learned, you learn. And there's a lot of psychological components because she's trying to not forget her brother. And she wants to keep hating this person who came out of the swamp so bad. But she starts to learn about this person. And then she's like a bit conflicted because, wait, this person actually is real. Like this is a real person who the swamp let go of. So it's a very interesting story. And of course, it's like she wants to take sides, but it becomes difficult because she's taking on these memories of this person who the swamp threw out as if this person was her brother, but she still remembers her real brother. So it's a lot of conflicts in there, a lot of psychological conflicts. And then, of course, she learns about other people who the swamp has swallowed. And the town policemen, sheriffs, they're not police, sheriffs, they are trying to like keep the swamp blocked off from the rest of the town because everybody knows the swamp is dangerous, but not everyone knows why. So it's like a big mystery story. But yeah, this is the latest book that I've read. I definitely plan on getting more books on like AI, generative AI, and so that I can actually work in a hands-on way and read the books and work hands-on and kind of overcome some of the obstacles that I have with coding. Um, because coding takes a lot of work, a lot of software programming takes a lot of work, a lot of focus. Um, and I do have challenges, physical challenges, because my gulf war illness gives me neurological problems, and sometimes it becomes overwhelming when building codes and programming, especially like for light sensitivity. Staring at a screen when you have neurological problems is not easy, but it's something that I'm working on. Sometimes I'm not sure how to like overcome some obstacles, physical obstacles, but I do hope um, that I do overcome something. I don't know how well this sound is because I do have this fan here, and the computer fan is still on, but this fan did cool it down. I can feel that it's cooled down a bit. So I'm gonna turn this off because I know it's noisy. Oh dang, I can turn this up. Oh, it has 3 settings. I didn't know that. But yeah, this is a cool little fan. So let's see. I was talking about AI, learning AI, working on programming while having a neurological condition. That's actually a really good topic. I might have to change the title of this and just kind of make that the topic. Um, because yeah, sometimes when you have neurological problems, like the world is spinning, the light is hurting your eyes, like your cognitive problems increase. So, like staring at a screen, trying to code and read letters and numbers becomes challenging. And unfortunately, a lot of companies tend to not want to accommodate your neurological problems, which has been a big obstacle for me. One company that I built their websites. They were like very unaccommodating, especially when I was working so hard on them and pretty much had completed them. They still were like very unaccommodating because like coding takes a long time, and I feel like I didn't take more time than a normal person would with coding, but they were making it seem like I was taking too long, which I don't think that was accurate. And then they also wanted the websites to have a bright colored background. And I have like sensitivity and motion sickness and some other neurological problems. So it was literally too much. I was just like, I can make it a bright color in the end, but not while I'm working on them. And they didn't want to accommodate that, even though I think that was a really reasonable thing, is to allow someone to code and program with a neutral or a darker tone than white. And it was kind of crazy, but they acted like that wasn't reasonable, even though I had done all this work already. Um, so yeah, that's a big challenge when it comes to doing AI and programming with a neurological condition. I'm pretty sure there's more I can say on that, but it's like at this moment, I'm kind of like in a neurological symptom mode where I am overwhelmed with something I can't really explain. It's like I have light sensitivity and I feel like a pain or something in this area. And then I just feel kind of like slow or spaced out, even though I feel like I'm doing a really good job fighting through it and just talking, which is good, which is also one of my challenges of why I want to like make these lives and work on speaking, because a lot of times I just I wouldn't say give in to the symptoms, but a lot of times I cope with the symptoms by just being silent, by just listening, or by toning everything out. Um, so I think working on speaking for 30 minutes a day or an hour a day will kind of help with re-stimulating some of my abilities to speak at a regular pace and work through those cognitive issues that I have. So, yeah, it's a challenge, but I plan on working at it for sure. So, I am really close to the 30-minute mark. I will say that neurological issues, they increase with age. So, like, Gulf War illness, I've had this illness for 34 years, which is the same as the Gulf War illness. The Gulf War soldiers have had it for 34 years as well. So there is no known cure at this time for this illness. The reason that I have it is because my dad was in the military and I was conceived when they were having birth defects and miscarriages and stillbirths. So I was basically born with a birth defect of Gulf War illness. And when I was younger, it wasn't as like cognitively challenging, and it wasn't as I had a lot of skin issues, rashes, and like unexplained bruising and stuff like that. And then I was also allergic to metals. But as I get older, I get more symptoms. So the cognitive issue is one of the symptoms that I have. Um, but it's not something that I had. Like I had when I was a kid, I had light sensitivity, but it wasn't as bad as it is now that I'm older. And I had sound sensitivity. So I had some like sensory issues, I would say. They're more like sensory issues. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's more cognitive issues now because I'm a little more like relaxed, chill, slower. um, and yeah, I have to cope more with the issues now because they're much more intense. So I have been on for 30 minutes. I think I did really well speaking for 30 minutes. Did a good job. Like I just been speaking steadily. um, I will recognize that I did pretty well. I am probably, however, going to end it soon. I think 30 minutes is a success. And just because I have more cognitive issues right now, I think I'll let it go. Trying to think, is there anything else I want to say before leaving? I think not. I'm going to read this email that I just received. That's a very important email. Yeah, one of the things I do a lot is I do a lot of important stuff. So I do a lot of advocacy too for like illness, because I I didn't realize how much people with disabilities had to advocate and self advocate and work much harder to be a part of society and be accepted in things such as the AI and programming, um, not getting proper, reasonable accommodations and stuff like that. So, those are topics that I can definitely speak on more. It's probably something I can definitely speak on more because it's something I deal with. So, I might lean towards some of those as conversations, advocacy, self advocacy, and group advocacy. I do um, hope that I will soon be able to get more people on here and then also maybe some lives with other people who will talk about advocacy. That would be great. But it's definitely a process. So I'm gonna keep working on getting 1,000 subscribers, keep on working on speaking for 30 minutes to an hour. I am actually very pleased that I spoke for 30 minutes pretty much this time. I didn't do a lot of pausing this time. So tomorrow I will talk again. I'll get on live again and talk about something. It might be advocacy. And yeah, see you soon. Oh, yeah, please subscribe.